This is Wirral's top visitor attraction, Port Sunlight Village, built just over 100 years ago by William Lever, who wanted decent housing for his factory workers. His factory is where the famous Sunlight soap was made. Between 1899 and 1914, 800 homes were built here to house a population of 3,500. However, William Lever didn't need to build a shopping centre, as there was already one here. New Ferry had been developing for nearly 100 years prior to the arrival of Lever and his factory. Since the early 19th century, rich shipping merchants from Liverpool had been coming across the River Mersey to settle on the western bank of the river, moving ever further upstream from the growing townships of Birkenhead, Tranmere and Rock Ferry. New Ferry was at an important crossroads where the main turnpike road between Chester and Birkenhead, built in the 1840s, crossed an older road leading from Mid-Wirral to the River Mersey, to where one of the many ferries crossed over to Liverpool. It was also close to the Birkenhead to Chester railway line, with the station at Bebbington New Ferry being the first to be built outside of Birkenhead. Many of the shops started out as terraced houses, but were quickly adapted to become shops and services which local people needed. Like so many other local district centres, that has all changed. Over the last 30 years, New Ferry has lost so much of what was found in a traditional centre. Increased car ownership from the 1950s onwards saw people travelling further afield for their shopping needs, to the likes of Birkenhead, Liverpool and Chester. But it was the arrival of the big superstores, particularly on spacious new out-of-town retail parks in the 1980s and 90s, which saw the greatest decline resulting here. What we have today are charity shops, second-hand shops, betting shops and pawnbrokers, all businesses with the right to trade here as anywhere else, but when they are in the majority, this is often seen as a sign that a district centre is failing. However, it isn't all bad news. People still come here to have their hair done, their computers repaired, to buy their celebration cakes, party decorations, and to seek help when they need it from the Citizens Advice Bureau. We still have a number of key supermarkets and the post office. We even have nice places to relax, have a drink and eat a hearty meal with the family. Against all the odds, some remarkable businesses still survive here.
My name's Callum Edge. I run Edge & Son Butchers here in New Ferry. We've been here for 168 years. My great-great-grandfather built the premises in 1844, and we're enjoying very good trade in this modern climate. We've specialised in what I would call real meat, and people travel from all over the northwest to get meat from us here. And I believe there's a great future in New Ferry. I think it's quite a community. We have Port Sunlight right close to us, which is a great village community, and the same with New Ferry and Rock Ferry, giving a real mix of different classes within the community. So I think that for butchers like ourselves, which are selling the top of the range meats, and yet I think you can have supermarkets that are also selling a lower range. I believe that there is areas in New Ferry which could be redeveloped. We have a superb large free car park that I think a big retailer would come and use. Yet we've got other businesses that are quite thriving that are just on the outskirts of New Ferry, and if everything was brought into the one centre, I'm sure this would become the shopping centre that it deserves to be.
My name is Karen Finch and I own the Greengrocers. Business is a bit quiet at the moment because it's fairly quiet everywhere. Lots of shops closing down, which is affecting all the trade. Footfall's gone down recently, but I've employed local people, which is what I wanted to do to keep the business going, and hopefully it might start picking up in the next couple of weeks and get a few more people in and help it be nice and busy.
In 1999, members of the community came together to form New Ferry Regeneration Action Group. They champion New Ferry's cause and work with Wirral Borough Council and other agencies to improve the area. Together, they drew up their own action plan, bringing together a vision for the town and a list of possible projects. One of the group's first successes was starting up the highly successful Wirral Farmers Market in New Ferry's village hall. The market has now been running for 10 years and in that time has won a Bura Charitable Trust Award for community regeneration. The market has its own committee of volunteers, has charitable status, and has reinvested over £35,000 it has raised from pitch fees into community projects. It has also donated to local charities and groups. We asked people visiting the market and traders selling here what they think about the farmers' market and New Ferry.
We've thoroughly enjoyed coming here. It's been good support from all the people who organise the market, and there's obviously a good support from the local community, all coming to buy the produce that we have.
We actually go to Lark Lane and we come over here as well because of the variety here, because it's so much better. And also, if we can't get what we want here, Edge's Butchers is across the road, and that is the best butchers anywhere.
New Ferry is a place to trade for us has been very good. We've had a lot of business, and hopefully with the money coming in and perhaps expansion of New Ferry itself and the regeneration, it will make a lot of difference to the people and the producers in the area.
It's difficult because now we have the big supermarkets in the area and there are more coming. It's difficult for the small shops to retain their custom, and they're fighting back, and they always have very different things to sell, and they're pleasant and nice to talk to, and you've got that one-to-one service.
I actually started up here, and it was a fantastic place to start a business because it's such a well-attended market.
Year on year it gets better and better, and purely down to what the people put into it down here. Give it a little bit of a boost every now and again, getting the local papers. I mean, I know quite a lot about it because it's one of our wetter markets. People come for miles, as far as Chester and as far as North Wales, actually come here into this area. A lot of empty shops isn't going to do anybody any good. It just gets worse and worse. It's just like a knock-on, like a domino effect basically. And if you can generate money, come back into the area, it brings people back in, shops open again.
I've been the local councillor for this area for nearly 10 years, and I have seen the decline as the shops have closed one after one. The impetus that the Portas Pilot will give us will make a major change to New Ferry. It'll be so important and vital to regenerating this area and make the statement New Ferry's back on the map, and local people will rally round and support it so much.
Using the former Connections building, we would like to pilot a retail business incubator, a place where anyone with a business idea can set up, test and develop their business plan in an environment shielded from harsh market conditions. Working with the council and other partners, we will employ a manager who will look after fledgling businesses and give them all the support they need, helping them to grow with on-hand support, expertise, training and advice. New entrepreneurs would also benefit from low rent, cheap overheads and access to shared resources. We can nurture them, set them off on a flying start and then encourage them to move into one of New Ferry's vacant properties. The manager will also market the opportunities which the centre can offer, as well as being a champion for the wider New Ferry town centre. We hope that this kind of support will increase the likelihood of small business success. New businesses in New Ferry will bring more shoppers, which in turn will benefit our existing shops. We need to create a high street with shops that provide the personal touch. More and better shops bring more customers. More customers bring more shops. Can it really be that simple? We have already proven that our community can work together to deliver, so give us a chance, and we'd like to prove it here too.